What's up, Fortnite players and anime fans? Welcome to another video of Fortnite and anime. Today, I want to touch on a topic that is a bit strange. I say this, but it's in most shonen anime. However, there are some times when it is okay, others where they take you out of the fight completely. If you haven't guessed it or read the title by now, I'm talking about anime power-ups and transformations. Where exactly is the line between pure badass and acceptable or a complete deus ex machina? Hope I'm saying that right. I'm going to do my best to explain my thoughts on the matter with some examples. Disney has this rule for writers that unforeseen events are good for getting your character into situations, but not good for getting them out of one. Don't quote me on this. I read it off the internet once and it sounded nice. Now, why is it that we enjoy those power-ups so much then? Let's delve into the reasoning most of them exist. Usually, there's an antagonist that is way too strong. As I explained in my last video, there needs to be a sense of fear to make the fight more engaging or suspenseful. So, boom! A transformation is created to defeat the enemy. Ex Machina, you say? Well, yeah. If it weren't for the specific reasonings it was happening. More than often, these power-ups can be put into justifiable categories we as viewers seem to accept. One category includes a burst of anger. This isn't your typical stub your toe anger. The character really has to be experiencing some hurt. Generally, it's the sudden death of a loved one. Probably the number one example will be Goku turning Super Saiyan because his best friend died. Another reason would be a sudden revelation. You have this character who didn't believe in themselves before or suddenly learns the truth and stops subconsciously holding themselves back. Example for this, I'm going to draw from Bleach. Ichigo versus Kenpachi. When Ichigo is on the ropes, he has a fight with his inner self and learns he has been using his weapon wrong all along. The last one I'm going to talk about as far as acceptable ones go is a secret or hidden technique. This one is tricky, almost impossible to pull off with the character you've known for a while. It's usually only acceptable with a new character or one we don't see often because we don't know what they are capable of yet. Do it too often and it becomes ex machina. For example, something as simple as Kenpachi taking off an eye patch that has chains on his power is believable because we have never seen him in action yet. The reason I feel like these are more acceptable is because death and big revelations don't happen too often in the story or viewers' own personal story. We feel as if these moments are rare and special, so we can understand the sudden change. Let's get on to some reasonings that are not widely accepted. Most popular of all would be power up by friendship. Yes, I'm talking about you, Fairy Tail. I found myself really enjoying this series up until the S-rank examination. However, it just recycled the power up of friendship too much. Don't get me wrong, its fights are eye candy, but when I know the character is going to win even though they used all their strength, simply because they have the power of friendship, it gets kind of old and ruins the experience. Remember, the other ones are acceptable only because they seem so rare. This next one could probably be part of the same category, but I find it to be even more shameless. This would be power up by boner. There are a lot of characters out there who have a love interest. Also, I get that guys would go above and beyond to get some. However, it's not okay for a hero to get a power boost simply because he wants to be recognized. If the love interest is in trouble, that's a different story. Last one is what I consider to be the biggest slap in the face. That is just because the character needed to. Nothing more insulting than a power boost that arrives just because. No extra explanation like friendship or boners. I talked in another video of how much I love the Ultra Entry transformation from DBZ.
Right,
However, some ways he gets it is just unexplained. So it loses some of its hype points. For instance, Goku gets kicked really hard and passes out. I don't see this as him surpassing his limits, like trying to absorb a massive energy. Just getting kicked in his noggin and passing out like most people would. To sum this up, it's not okay to have a sudden power up or transformation if it's a way that can happen repeatedly. I'm going to go into a little bit of extra detail. These small details can easily make the acceptable unacceptable and unacceptable acceptable. Try saying that multiple times. The thing that could ruin the acceptable is a lack of foreshadowing. Each of the examples I gave has some foreshadowing. You have Vegeta talking about Super Saiyans well before Goku transformed. There are scenes that show Ichigo's hollow self, even though it was slight. It was enough to get out the question in your head as to what was going on with that specific power. Without foreshadowing, they will be a simple just because and unacceptable. Thing that can make an unacceptable acceptable is something simple as making a side effect with a certain surge in power. The side effect has to be big enough that the character will not exceed its limits continuously. Examples will include extreme fatigue, pain or death. You see this in Goku's Kaioken technique. Rock Lee or Guy with the 8th gate, even Golen's massive power had a big side effect. It's a very precise mix between these things that make power-ups or transformations okay. Obviously, your own preference matters, especially if you don't take it that seriously. So, let me know, guys. Where do you draw the line? Yep, that's pretty much all I had to say about that topic. If you like these videos, you know, leave a like, subscribe. I enjoy talking about these type of things. If you have something you wish that I can talk about, then just let me know. But like I said, like and subscribe, hit the notifications so you can know when I have a new video up. If you're liking this, let me know, and enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks, you guys.
I just took it because I had a purple non-suppressed scar.
I like that. It only does like one. Ooh, look out.
Oh, you got